ChatGPT Clone. Let's start by adding to the front end the Auth0 dependency for authentication. We have a bunch of dependencies in this template. It's the test template. We have Pinia, View Router, Beautify, CSS, and all of that. We have the state. We're gonna add the messages to the state. Then we're gonna jump into our main view. We're gonna add the authentication logic and show a login button if the user is not authenticated, and the main screen if the user is. Then we show the login button. Then we're gonna set up our proxy to point to our Node.js server that is on listening on port 5555. And then we're gonna set up our UI. We're gonna put the cards and the component and the JavaScript, the TypeScript that is gonna provide us the data from the backend of all the messages that we are gonna exchange with ChatGPT. And then we are gonna set up the text field to prompt ChatGPT and the logout button. Then we are gonna set up our hook to prompt ChatGPT in the backend, and we're gonna use our query and exchange for the quantity of 64 tokens. And then we are gonna push that message to our state and render it to the screen. And then we're gonna on this keynote we're gonna send a message. Then we're gonna jump into the backend. Let's import FaunaDB.m. We're gonna parse the variables. We're gonna get the query from Fauna query. We're gonna instantiate the Fauna client, and we're gonna create a bunch of bootstrap functions for FaunaDB to create the collections and the indexes for the users and the messages. And with that, we are gonna have our infrastructure set up. Then we are gonna, with a single function, call all this setup to later we can query our messages. Then we are gonna set up our API. Let's call the Auth0 function to validate the user info, the create chat to add to the FaunaDB the chat info, the observe user to insert into the database the user info, the get completion to fetch from ChatGPT API with our API key the messages from ChatGPT. And we're going to instantiate Express, our app, and we're going to create our endpoints, the root endpoint, the completion endpoint that is going to send us the answer for the prompt, the authorization endpoint that is going to authenticate our user with his access token, and we're going to listen on port 5555. And of course, we're going to run yarn dev to, we need bash. Then we are gonna run yarn dev to run our development server. And with this, in less than 4 minutes, we have set up with, of course, a lot of help from Boilerplate, our ChatGPT application. We need localhost actually, it's registered as a callback URI for Auth0. And then we have the ChatGPT app. Here we have our main screen. We're gonna ask a simple question first. So, hello ChatGPT, how are you? How's the weather? So let's see how it answers. As we see, ChatGPT has the original animation of the application because we set it up with the state previously into our callback function. We are prompting character by character into the last index of the state of the messages. Later you can see that on the code. Now we are prompting for more advanced questions. ChatGPT is very detailed and is answering every aspect of the topic we are touching. So it's pretty neat. but we lack of tokens, so we need to increase the tokens quota in order to have a better experience. And that's it. With this, we have already our ChatGPT API and UI set up within 5 minutes with also the demo. So it's a lot of boilerplate that I already have a template, but I will share with you and you can do the same and reuse for other applications. So that's it for today. See you guys into the next time.